You open your phone for a second, a single notification appears, then another. And before you realize it, 20 minutes have disappeared without a clear memory of what you just consumed. Nothing here was random. Every piece of content, every pause, every scroll was anticipated, predicted, positioned. This is not passive consumption. This is a controlled environment. And in that environment, attention is not something you give. It is something that is taken, redirected, and engineered in real time. Because the uncomfortable truth is this: most people don't lose focus. They are systematically moved. There is a person in your life who can interrupt you without resistance. He doesn't speak louder, he doesn't demand attention. Yet when he enters your focus, your internal process halts. Your eyes shift, your body reorients, your thoughts fragment. This is not respect. This is attention capture. Imagine his presence as a detection cone. The moment you step inside it, your behavior changes. You are working, focused, stable. He walks in, says your name once, and pauses. That pause is not empty. It is pressure. You respond instantly, not because of urgency, but because your brain has already assigned him priority. Now imagine you attempt to ignore him. He doesn't repeat himself. He simply waits. And in that silence, something happens. Your mind loops back. Attention leaks until you eventually break and respond. The mechanic is subtle. Attention is not grabbed by force. It is redirected by expectation. The brain does not chase volume. It chases uncertainty. Verdict: attention flows toward perceived priority, not actual importance. Now place this mechanic inside a group, a team of 5 people, 1 leader, 1 challenger, 3 observers. The leader speaks rarely, but when he does, everyone stops. Not because of authority alone, but because he controls the rhythm of attention. The challenger operates differently. He interrupts, he adds noise, he attempts to pull focus toward himself. The observers shift constantly. Their attention becomes the battleground. At first, the system stabilizes. The leader holds attention through scarcity, the challenger through frequency. Then, a disruption occurs. The challenger lands a moment. A single statement that captures full group focus. Silence follows. This is a fracture point. For a brief second, hierarchy dissolves. Attention is no longer centralized. Now the system must re-stabilize. If the leader responds immediately, he regains control. If he hesitates, the challenger expands influence. This is how hierarchies are not declared. They are continuously negotiated through attention control. 2 risks emerge: overexposure and fragmentation. If the leader speaks too often, his signal weakens. If attention splits across multiple sources, the group loses cohesion. 2 turning points define the outcome: a well-timed interruption or a perfectly executed silence. Right at this tension point, understand something. If you want to see how these systems evolve in real time, follow this channel. Because what looks like conversation is actually structured control. Now, the group settles again, but not the same as before. The hierarchy has shifted slightly, but permanently. Now, scale this mechanic. If one person can redirect attention, what happens when the system operates across millions? The answer is amplification. Platforms, institutions, and entire societies are structured around attention flow. A single trending topic can redirect the focus of millions within hours. Not because it is the most important event, but because it has been positioned as the most visible. Control attention, and you control perception. Control perception, and you control reality. Entire movements have been built on this principle. Public opinion has shifted not through force, but through repeated exposure and strategic visibility. The non-obvious connection is this: attention is not just a resource. It is a distribution system for belief. Repeated exposure to an idea increases its perceived truth, regardless of accuracy. Now apply that at scale. Millions of people seeing the same message through slightly different channels. The result is convergence. Not forced agreement, but engineered alignment. And yet, this entire system still depends on one thing: an individual choosing to look. Because the system does not create attention, it only redirects it. Now introduce resistance. What happens when two individuals understand attention engineering? The dynamic changes completely. The first continues to deploy signals, interruptions, pauses, positioning. The second does something different. He withholds. He does not respond immediately. He does not feel silence. He does not validate every signal directed at him. This creates friction because attention systems rely on predictability. When response patterns break, control weakens. The counter mechanic is not louder behavior, it is selective engagement. Silence feels like loss, when in reality, it is often leverage. Treat this as a system override. Delay your response. Even a few seconds disrupts automatic attention capture. Identify artificial urgency. Not everything that demands attention deserves it. Control your entry points, notifications, interruptions, open loops. Use intentional silence, not as avoidance, but as positioning. Anchor your focus. Decide in advance what deserves your attention. Observe patterns. Who consistently pulls your attention and how? Red alert. The biggest individual trap is reactive behavior. Responding instantly trains others to control your focus. At the group level, the trap is divided attention. When no single signal dominates, chaos replaces structure. Don't miss the next simulation, because the deeper layers of this system are rarely visible, but always active. You've seen the system at 3 levels. Individually, attention is redirected through expectation. In groups, it defines hierarchy. At scale, it shapes reality. And when countered, it becomes a game of restraint, not force. Power belongs to the one who controls where attention goes and where it doesn't. Most people think they are observing the world. In reality, they are being guided through it. The next system you'll see is how trust is engineered using the same mechanics.